Hello and welcome back to Wargaming with me, Garry. I've got my comfy t-shirt on, haven't I? Obviously. I've only just had a look in the camera and I thought, oh my goodness, look at the state of that. Oh well, I'll make more effort next time. So what am I doing? I've shown you all my French 1914 infantry and marines. You'll also be aware that I've just done a video for my man caves, if you like, because there'll be two parts of them. There'll be one part in the is the garage, and that will be mainly for my actual painting, my library, that type of thing. But it will also be a store area as well for everyday, for the tools and stuff. There's also the loft, which will be much more like, that'll be more like my war room, if you like. So it will have, that'll have the finished figures up there, and that's where I will store all my figures. I'll have a very large board up there, probably around about 6 foot by 4 foot. When I say very large, I mean very large for the size of the loft. And then I'll also have a display area as well. So that'll be that. Today and the next 3, maybe 6 videos, I'm concentrating on the American Civil War, predominantly Confederate figures, all from Renegade. So that's Renegade Miniatures. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I've been testing out, I need to test something. I really like 1861, late 1861, now 1862, because that's when the Confederates had like a variety of uniforms, but although they weren't as regimented as maybe the Union troops, they were more regimented. So and I like that. I kind of like that. I'm also a little bit of a, probably something to do with the British thing about, or the English thing I should say, about always wanting an underdog, liking the underdogs, and the Confederates were certainly the underdogs. So I kind of like them. So once we get to Gettysburg, it was all over for them. So for me, I quite like the earlier part. Not that I would have liked them to win, don't get me wrong, but anyway, blah, blah, blah. So what I'm going to do is, I've done some tester figures, so I'm going to do 3 videos, each one will be different testers, and the reason I'm doing that is before I paint the rest of the figures, so the units as such, which are only very small units. I've got no flag bearers, I've got no officers, I've got no musicians, it's purely just the troops, or I was going to say plebs, but that's very rude, that's not very fair. But it's just the guys, the guys who do all the footwork. So that's what I've got. But what I wanted to do before I painted the whole unit, I want to make sure that there's enough difference in the tester figures between each unit. So that's why I'm going to concentrate on one figure at a time. One test figure, just to make sure they're how I want them to look. So enough of that. Why don't we have a look at one of the ones I've done? So this one is from the 4th Kentucky Regiment, 1861. As you can see, he's got the blue stripe around the cap, or cape. He's also got a black peak. Yeah, and generally mostly grey, as he would have been. So this is his uniform in the early part of the war. Obviously, he changed a lot. So what I've done is, because there's a lot of grey there, I've chosen, because there are different ways to paint the Kentucky troops. I've chosen to have, the black ammo pouch is what they would have. The white could have been canvas or white. I've also got his steel cup on there, his water bottle. So there's quite a lot there. mostly gold and bronze buttons and buttons and belt buckles. So yeah, so all in all, he looks right. I with the base, you can see I've done very little other than put some flock on it. Will I keep doing that? Probably not. I'll probably add some more to that. But yeah, so that's my first 4th Kentucky regiment of first 4th Kentucky soldier. I will do some more, but first off, I'm going to do another tester on another regiment, and just make sure there's enough difference between the two. So I'll speak to you next week. All the very best. Take care. Bye.